Hello family and friends. I am so glad that you're joining us today. I'm going to show you the carrot cake that I make with some variations. Doing this for Sue's 80th birthday, if you can believe that. She's had a marvelous life. She was barrel racing until she was in her 70s, just an amazing woman. But she wanted me to make her a carrot cake, and she asked for lots of carrots, and she wanted pecans instead of walnuts, and no coconut. So this carrot cake is customized for Sue. It starts with 3 eggs, and I do break them into a little separate bowl to make sure I don't have a bad egg. I can't wait till I can someday soon be growing my own, or gathering my own eggs. So it takes 3 eggs, and I have a dish towel that I put underneath these little bowls so any of the egg yolk or white, if it runs, it won't get on the counter. It'll be an easier cleanup. So now that I've got 3 eggs in the bowl, I'm going to add 3/4 of a cup of buttermilk, and I'm going to start mixing this slowly. I'm going to add 3/4 of a cup of vegetable oil, I will tell you, I am trying to get away from vegetable oil because the more I learn how unhealthy it is for you, the more I'm wanting to make changes. Here's 1½ cups of white sugar. Again, not so healthy, but every now and then is okay. All the time it is not. Then I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of ground cinnamon. I'm going to add 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt. Now I'm going to gradually add 2 cups of flour and 2 teaspoons of baking soda. Should probably come from this other direction so you can see what's going on. Get mixed up pretty good. I'm going to stop and scrape down the pan. We want to make sure everything gets mixed really well. Now I'm going to add 2 cups of shredded carrots, but she asked for lots of carrots, so I'm actually adding 3 cups. Instead of walnuts, I'm using chopped up pecans, and this is 1 cup of pecans. This is 1 8-ounce can of pineapple. I'm adding juice and all. This is the crushed pineapple. There you go. You can see that very well. Juice and all goes in. Oh, I love the smell of pineapple. And here's a little tip. I have a cup of raisins, and I added a half a tablespoon of flour, and I just mix it up really good. And what it does is it coats the raisins so they don't stick together when you put it in your recipe. It turns out really nice, and it will, don't know what the magic is, but it distributes it evenly in the recipe. That looks pretty good. Can you see inside there? Kind of nice. So I'm just going to take this off, drop it in the sink, and then make sure it's mixed up really good with the spatula. That looked like a nice batter. Let's see if I can get it to where you can see it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my scale with my cake pan on it. Bear with me so I can get you repositioned here. I'm a messy baker. You can see I've got flour and sugar all over. But I've got my cake pan on my scale. I'm going to set it at 0, and I'm going to try to balance the batter between the 2 cake pans. You'll end up with better cake to frost. It'll be evenly. Okay, I've got 164. Let's see how much I come up here. Okay, that's 182. And I don't think I can go much more because these are little cake pans. I have these beautiful 9-inch cake pans I can't find. So anyway, I think what I'm going to do with the rest of this batter is make little muffins, little cupcakes. That's a great idea. So I'm going to slip these in the oven. The oven has been preheated to 350 degrees, and let's see, I think I'm going to yeah, for an hour. Okay. Actually, I'm going to do 45 minutes, and then I'm going to watch it closely because I think an hour sounds long to me. I put them in the center rack of my oven. Gonna come around so you can see what I'm doing. My messy kitchen. And there they are in the center rack of my oven. So we'll come back in about 45 minutes and I'll show you the outcome. Okay, the cake turned out good, and you can see the raisins, how they're kind of distributed about. So now I'm going to frost it. And the frosting, I use 8 ounces of cream cheese softened, a half a cup of butter softened. I use unsalted butter. 2 tablespoons of heavy cream, 2 cups of confectioner's sugar, powdered sugar, which is the same thing, and a teaspoon of vanilla extract. And I am heavy-handed on my vanilla, but and I will double that recipe because I like having extra frosting. I'm generous when I frost my cakes. I don't do skimpy thin layers. So let's just get started. And I am missing my favorite spatula. I think it's probably in the RV, but I won't know until I get over to the vineyard. But this is an offset spatula because it's offset. And this is my favorite. I like the feel, I like the length, everything about it. This is my favorite. So I'm just going to start by spreading it around in the center, and I forgot to put my little mat underneath to prevent it from sliding, and I'll show you what I do. I have these little silicone mats, and I love my marble Lazy Susan. I like it. But I'll put this on here and it'll keep things from sliding around. So that should be much better. Yeah. There we go. Now it won't slide. All right, so just get a nice layer in the center. Again, I am generous with my frosting, but I do want to make sure I don't have a mound in the middle, because if you have it mounded in the middle, your cake is gonna be awkward. Okay. Here is the second layer. And I do line my cake pans in the bottom. I have parchment paper and I'll cut it to the circle of the pan, and they just come out so easy. Okay, I do want to make sure this is centered. Yeah, looks pretty good. All right. Let's load this baby up. Get it frosted. Now, I am not the best cake decorator, so I always try to find ways to decorate that look impressive with little effort. And if I didn't mention, today is the next day. I made the cake one day and today I'm frosting it. But, and when I do that, I leave them in their pans. They just stay moist that way and in the refrigerator. And that way the cake is firmer, makes it easier to frost. But, okay. So now I'm going to start going around the edges. Anyhow, I woke up at 3 o'clock this morning and had an idea of how to decorate this cake. And I could have done the basic, you know, carrots on top. We'll see what happens. But I'm not, I wish I were a skilled decorator, because I am so impressed with what they do. And I may take the time to learn how to do some of this stuff. But for now, it's gonna be simple. And I'll show you in a minute. You watch some of those shows and man, those people that frost the cakes just whiz through it with such skill. Very impressive to me. Very impressive. But I'm sure that's a lot of years of training and experience. Would have been a little bit easier if I had my other spatula that I use on the sides. I have a little small one, same kind of handle, but well, let me try this one. It's similar to this, but this one is real flimsy. My favorite one is similar to my offset, but the blade is real sturdy, so when you're trying to add your frosting, it just does a really good job. I'm going to put, because this has pecans inside of it, I'm going to put pecans around the outside edge, and that way people know that there are nuts in this cake. For those that have nut allergies, they will know to stay away. I'll come back over with my larger offset spatula and kind of smooth things out in a minute, but I just want to get a really good coat on here. Good frosted cake. I'm not going to do a dirty cake. And a dirty cake is one where you can see the sides through the frosting. At least that's how I understood what they're calling a dirty cake. So today should be fun. Wendy and Toby have got all kinds of silly things planned. The theme of today's party is going to be Kentucky Derby. Sue has always wanted to go to the Kentucky Derby, so since she can't make it, we're going to bring it to her. We'll probably have some really funny little YouTube shorts come out of it, because they're going to do, they've got, I don't know if they're blow-up horses or the horses on a stick, but my glass bowl, this got not a sharp edge, but a defined edge. And man, it makes it great when you're clearing off your frosting. Favorite bowl for frosting. All right, let's smooth this puppy out and get decorating. I'll take a tall cup, fill it with warm water, put the spatula in it, let it warm up for a second. And I have what I call ugly dish towels. They're bar cloths and bar towels. And so I'll just dip it in there, wipe it off. And the warmth of this will really smooth things out. I have a very forgiving family, and they are very generous in what they allow me to do, and sometimes I'm wondering if they're just being kind or if they really do like it that as much as they say. So we're going to call it good. I'm a little concerned about. I picked up some crumbs somewhere along the line. I don't want crumbs showing on the top of my cake. If I was a professional, this wouldn't be acceptable, but I'm not. So, my next step is going to be getting rid of the water before I spill it. I've got chopped pecans because pecans are inside. So I'm going to put them around the lower portion of the cake. And I'm just going to put them in my hand. Someone shared with me a way to do this, putting it on wax paper. And I don't remember how to do that. But I'm just going to take them and just press them in. A little bit at a time, just taking my time going around the cake, picking up the ones that fall off, sticking them back in. Just a small little handful, that's all I'm using. Okay, now this I've not done before, so I am going to use a little heart cookie cutter. I'm not sure how I'm going to do this yet. I also have this number 8. Now, my theory is once you hit 40, we only celebrate the first number in the year. So, even though she's 80, we're going to only do 8. If you're 53, you only do 5. That's my whole thing. It's just kind of a silly thing. But that's the best part of life, is being able to be silly. So I want to do 2 hearts, and I'm going to use an orange sugar inside. And I want to be able to write her name. I can't take that off now because it's already put an impression in the cake frosting. I have these little cups, and they're for icing, like cookies when you're doing flood icing. And I think what I want to do is I'm going to put the orange sugar in here so I can control what it's doing. We'll see how this turns out. This is an experiment for all of us. Okay. Make sure I have enough for both hearts. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh, how cool is that? Okay, let me wash this off. Start with a clean cookie cutter. Now I want to do it one more time. You know, and I'm kind of liking let's see, and then I could do let's see. I am pushing the cookie cutter down just a smidge. I don't want it to go too deep into the frosting because I'm afraid when I pull it up, it might lap over the sugar. But I need to leave room so I can pipe her name on here. And then for the number, because I'm going to put the number right there. Let's finish this last one. What do you think? So now, not good at piping. But we're going to give it a good old college try. So I need to get my orange frosting. So with the rest of this frosting, I'm not going to need it all, but I'm going to go ahead and grab my toothpicks so I can add the dye to the frosting. Now, this is it's a Wilton orange. I don't know if you can read that, but it's icing color. And this is a gel. I use gel or paste. I don't really use the liquids anymore. Okay, that should give us a really bright, vibrant orange color. We'll find out in just a minute. And I have to remember not to stick the toothpick back in anything. I just have to use it once and throw it away. So I will take, again, I use these tall cups, and I'm going to put a Ziploc bag. I don't need a fancy tip. I'm just going to do a straight line, but it helps hold. And then I'm just going to, I'm going to bring it over here so I don't drop stuff on the cake, which would be my luck. And I'm just going to put this orange frosting, which is more than enough, in my bag. I usually have one stuck into my pocket, hanging out. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I've zipped it shut. I'm going to twist it to create the pressure. I'm going to snip the tip off, and you can see I just get the smallest amount, and then I'm going to just do a real simple test on. Yeah, that'll work fine. I could have cut it a little bit smaller, but it is what it is. So. That is my talent. Happy birthday, Sue. And to the rest of you, make it a gorgeous day every day. Bye.